Alrighty, guys, welcome to the SMG invitationals. Right now, again, joined with the wonderful Scottish Saberman.
Hey,
And we're going to be starting off this game. Gameslayer, going to scout to the south. Gameslayer, of course, a really good free-for-all player. Also has a little bit of one versus one experience. Sorry about that. And King Morgan.
the
He
king needs no
is.
explanation. He is the king.
Yeah, he is a king. Already he's placing down as a scavenger. King Morgan, also really awesome free for all player. Also has some one versus one experience quite a bit. He was he was actually in the first tournament played ever by Mohawk Games, so really nice. Also getting that nice scavenger spot. Going to get some of 3 sec of aluminum, and also Game Slayer going to go scientific. Going to go take those 3 steel mills. So, what do you think about this matchup? Because it is King Morgan. We have seen quite a bit of him.
It's the king. I don't know. Like, I think the map's really good for him. Like the way where his base is and everything. Like, he's just got a really good scav spot, and a good scav spot is generally a win. I don't know about the scientific. Like, he's a little bit far away from the water, in my opinion. But for the most part, the map's okay. It's not like brutal or anything for scientific. I don't know. I think we'll just see the king win as the king does. Especially for the fact that he's able to grab the high water on the map.
Yep.
And
So
he's
both
just gonna
players.
do his reactors and such. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, my fault. Anyways. So, pretty much. Both players are level 2 right now. Gameslayer just turned level 2. He will get his aluminum. Oh, thinking machine. This early on in the game. What do you think of it? Because I mean, Gameslayer is scientific, so he has that bonus. And King Morgan is actually like the one that should get this, right?
Yeah, but if Gameslayer get for 5k, oh, I was gonna say, sorry. For Gameslayer to get it, it's awesome because then it means that his black market stuff stays really effective against King Morgan. So he definitely has motivation to get it. Plus, I think if he gets it, King Morgan actually can't touch him. Like, because
Oh
for
well.
scientific it's half of half, so it's actually only 75%. It doesn't make you like 100% immune, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
But because the way percentages work, it's only 75% black market protection, something like that. So Morgan pretty much can't power surge, EMP, etc. Game Slayer. In fact, if you were to dynamite a geotherm, it would cost him like 15 steel to fix
Yep.
of the 120 put in. So he's actually untouchable in a lot of ways. I mean, nukes will still take one off a tile, but you generally don't nuke scientific. So I think what we'll see is hopefully King Morgan use the black market, buy loads of claims, buy loads of goons, and just kind of hunker down a little bit.
Yep, definitely. So, Game Slayer right now. I'm going to take the, actually, the 2 sec of water into the north. I'm going to get 2 more reactors. King Morgan, he already has silicon, he has water, he has a geothermal right now going for him. So he's pretty much, starting to set up for level 3, maybe to go, get, like, 1 more water tile and then go into reactors, basically, at this point. As he's going to get a goon squad for his geothermal. Game Slayer right now, he just upgraded not too long ago. He still needs to go, quite a bit in aluminum. Both players, well, actually, King Morgan, not really winning that auction, but he has 10,000 debt, while Gameslayer is 20,000 debt, but he got that auction for 9,000. So I don't know. Both players, it seems like a lot of debt in this short amount of time, or is it just me?
It might just be you. We'll see the Scav player clear it because Scav player. We'll see the scientific player rack up a lot of debt. The question is, can he dump it before it completely sinks him? It'll be the really interesting question. Because typically the scientific player is never going to produce enough power for himself. And in fact, he's burning 2 entire units right now every second, whereas King Morgan's actually producing a huge excess because Scav doesn't really use a lot of power early at all.
Yeah.
I mean, even when he gets, yeah, I imagine he'll go for glass. I'd like to see him go for glass first, and then race up to 5, maybe. I think we'll see that's what he goes for, just because it's more easy to make than the life support stuff right now, but we'll see.
Also, a
Oh
mutiny on
no.
the 3 stack of aluminum. That's really effective right now for gameslayer.
Scientific colony expanded.
Yeah.
Yeah, the aluminum's kind of big. I mean, well, it's still at 30, near enough $30, so it's kind of a big deal. But King Morgan's still able to get his three, so it's not a huge delay. It's just kind of not the best.
Mm.
I mean, I'd maybe like to see Gameslayer nuke it, because then that forces King Morgan to spend another claim on getting another alloy mine, so he can actually get some decent aluminium revenue. This is, of course, assuming that GameStar doesn't end up spam selling all the extra aluminum he ends up with after mutinying that, but it'll depend, I think. But a nuke would be kind of nice, and then it puts it down to a 1 stack, and it forces him to get another aluminium mine.
Yep. And actually, the geothermal claim auction going for 10,000. I think that's a little bit on the cheap side. Quite a bit, because those claims usually go for 18, 20,000. In a 1 versus 1. So I think that was a little bit of a cheapskate by King Morgan, not bidding on that enough. And also gonna get a excuse me, solar panel on his silicon quarry that he just scrapped, and of course, Gameslayer, he's gonna send out two solar panels and 1 glass furnace. So this should be quite good for Gameslayer right now, as he also is going to get that geothermal up right now. Also had an EMP queued up, used that EMP, of course, on King Morgan, on his reactors, on his carbon quarries. Yeah.
I don't like the low in glass factor. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I want to see 3 temples of Ra rather than just 2. As for the geotherm, I think 10k was actually bad for him. It's not going to make any... I guess it'll break it. It's not actually going to make any physical debt reduction, though, was my problem. Like, the solar panels are what's doing the work for him right now. The geo is just counteracting what
Like
he's
debt
making.
control, as I call it. Yeah.
I mean,
But,
we
I
see
mean-
King Morgan surge the fuel as well, and it's like, oh no, 25 seconds. Oh, yeah, he's EMP'd. You get where I'm going with that one.
Yeah, like the EMP is still going on,
Yeah.
But yeah, getting the 3 glass furnaces, what you were talking about. I think he just wanted to get the power problem out of the way first, with getting these 2 solar panels. So then he might switch them out in the night.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. To glass furnaces, and then just make his money that way. But of course, I think he would be a little bit in the lead now, because glass is high, and if you look at it, fuel and oxygen aren't that aren't.
King Morgan managed to
Yeah.
break it already. Yeah, he needs to swap these out for something, because he is making a loss, of course, and he isn't supplying all the water he needs. He'll be in a, 1.3 water deficit without looking at it. I hope my math is okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, something like that, so.
So right now, Pirate's actually going on. King Morgan betting on it.
Yeah, he can afford to do it as well, because even if Gameslayer gets this, he'll drive it up into the 10Ks, and again, he's just slowly strangling the scientific player.
Yeah, but Gameslayer, I think he can't afford this, but he also doesn't want a King Morgan to have it. I mean, as Gameslayer actually going to send away 3 more glass furnaces, which is going to be adding up to 4. But Gameslayer, I can totally agree that King Morgan shouldn't have this. You know what I mean? Or else he would just auction is bugged. Oh. Okay, that might be a reason. Would need to slide it on to Soren, of course.
Yeah, I thought they fixed it. It seems to be relatively fixed now, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's grabbing the 3 farms as well, which I kind of like. I think he's just gaining too much control now, whereas Morgan's burning money in reactors, as in physically burning it as well. So, fuel at $4, water at 56 and rising. The reactors need to stop doing things.
Yeah, I guess that is not going to stop for quite a bit. But yeah, Gameslayer actually quite a bit in the lead now in production. Also has that claim advantage. He has that production advantage. I mean, he has 4 glass furnaces. I think that's enough said. 4 glass furnaces. That is a lot of glass right there. And also, getting those farms to the south also really good. He actually scrapped away his reactors and is actually going to put some water pumps right there. Probably going to crash the water price before King Morgan does it. But I don't really see King Morgan actually crashing the price of water because he only has a 1-3 stack.
He was mostly burning more of it than he was actually, producing. I do like to switch into glass. I'd like to see him. Oh, there we go. He's converted his solar panel as well. But we need to see maybe.
Ooh.
I want to see the players buying more claims, or at least King Morgan signing it, buying these claims and goons. Start making some money. Start buying these things, and then use that to kind of gain a bit of a comeback mechanic rather than. Like because he didn't win the thinking machines, he knows he's just gonna continuously get kicked down. So you might as well have the extra production to cope with it.
Yeah. So right now the carbon getting naturally shorted, and also the second EMP going down. These EMPs have been really effective, I need to say. Like it looks
No, it looks bad from my side because the main tile, which would normally be 120 seconds, is
yeah, it
missing.
doesn't. Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
And then there's only 2 tiles for 60, and then the rest are only like 30 seconds. I'd
yeah,
like to see maybe a power surge, just like power surge the glass. The carbon's not going to be making anything. Like he's got a triple, so he's obviously got way too much. So that's not even a threat. Just lock the glass down in place while you make money on it.
Mm. Now also King Morgan actually going to go into food. Probably going to get that third food farm up right there. Also winning a claim for 14,000 on the black market. Let's actually check out the debt of both players. King Morgan right now at 36,000 and gameslayer actually at 95,000 in debt.
And climbing.
And climbing, of course, yeah. I first of all, it's just because of food, and second of
Yeah.
all, I don't know. Well, he's
gonna be
making more
insta
food
selling
now.
though. He's gonna be insta selling it probably though when he needs money, and then he'll be back making food debt again.
Yeah.
It's the joy of it. He
But
does have
yeah,
a lot of claims though.
that is true. Yeah. But I think he's still so far in the lead because I mean he has more production, he has more claims, and now the power surge going down onto King Morgan's food, freezing that really really effectively. And actually, King Morgan's starting to buy out gameslayer, and gameslayer answers and actually buys a stock of King Morgan. Now it's just his back and forth. I don't really think King Morgan can keep up with this because if gameslayer gets a shipment of glass or even food, like that's 60 food. I'm sorry, 40 food in one small blimp. That's a lot of money.
It is. I don't know about the glass so much with it falling quite at the rate it is, but definitely the food's pretty significant.
Well, the glass is still making money. Like, remember that.
It is, but it's not like it's not much. No, it's kind of dropping off a little bit. Like if you compare it to the farms anyway, in terms of like how severe each one is. I don't know. Maybe if Morgan had got the pirates earlier and just kept them, might have made a difference. But the fact that like again, no thinking machines, he just kind of. I don't know. I think that was kind of the core thing of the game. I think if he'd gotten that, his food would still be working right now. He would also be making money, and he'd be able to sustain this fight and drag it on a bit longer, which is what he needs to do because he's so far behind.
Yeah. So right now, actually, as you said, glass just majorly dropped off. But actually, GameSlayer into chemicals already made a lot of money with that, and has 80% of King Morgan. I think first of all he should switch out that glass, maybe to I don't know, maybe to go and just silicon and crash that price. And wow,
GG.
wow, what a game!
The auctions determined that entire game, I think, wasn't it? It was the pirates were huge. The thinking machines was huge. The Geo, I don't think not so much because his deck climbed anyway because he's scientific, but I think the auctions made that game.
Yeah,
They
the
were going for too
auctions
cheap.
made that game, but also like Kingslayer, he was doing fine in the beginning. Like I need to say that because just of the reason that I mean, first of all, he was a favorite in this game. Second of all, he didn't have really much debt all this game. Just starting in the end right there. I don't know. I'm really speechless like that because I was actually expecting King Morgan, to come to round two because
I was expecting the king to do what the king does, and it didn't happen.
yeah,
So,
like Gameslayer. I haven't seen much of him, so I would say King Morgan was the favorite. But yeah, GameSlayer definitely proved himself. Definitely showed what he can do. Congratulations to GameSlayer. Moves on to round number two. And now let's check out the post game analysts of GameSlayer. So number one, food, sold 90,000 of it. Water. Sorry, power. Power was like meh.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
had to counter it a little bit what he was buying, and that was pretty much all he can do. I mean, the Geo helped with that definitely though, but if he only auto sold 16k, a lot of that was in the solar when power was at 80. So I
Yeah.
don't even know if the Geo even paid itself off. It was kind of a bit of a meh. If the game had gone on longer, definitely, but
Yeah, and also selling 53,000 glass, also really nice, really helped out quite a bit. So going on to King Morgan. Yeah, as I said, like he didn't have much debt in the beginning because he sold 29,000 in power because he got that early geothermal, he got that solar panel up, making 3 power a tick. Um,
auto purchasing nearly 50k of food,
yeah, that kind of hit him
7k
hard.
of fuel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that kind of hit him hard right there. And then actually just selling a little bit of everything on life support, aluminum 12,000, and then I think carbon that shortage. The carbon price already was at 2, so it wasn't like a big shortage.
yeah.
Yeah, and glass actually, he had those 3 furnaces up, but GameSlayer already crashed the price of glass, so. Yeah, I think that's that. And so going on to black market, let's actually go to GameSlayer right here because he did a lot. 3 MPs, 1 power surge, and 1 mutiny for 29,000. Not too shabby.
Very, very offensive, which was to be expected with him winning the thinking machines. Like he was going to be untouchable that game, but whatever happened. So go on the offensive, right, and kick your opponent while he's down, kind of thing. I'd like to have seen more power surges in the EMPs. I felt that his first couple of EMPs didn't achieve anything. Because, I mean, he was already making a loss in the fuel. If anything,
Yeah,
he was helping his opponent rather than
that is
slowing them
true. Yeah.
down.
And King Morgan, 5 items for 27,000, 2 claims, 2 power surge, and 1 goon squad. More on the defensive side.
Yeah, I'm not
You
sure about the
know,
power surges. Like maybe another claim.
yeah, that's true.
700k.
Yeah, I mean, like with a thinking machine, I think it wasn't really that good. By the way, remember when you said that trading bots are a thing? I just got messaged by like 3 people that are trading bots. All right, nice. Like any more words to the game?
Not really. It was just a bit of a kind of the auctions made what was to be the future, and the future was the scientific pulling ahead and stamping on the scav.
Well said, well said. So, with this said, GameSlayer moving on to round two. Um, in that bracket of the round two that GameSlayer moved on in, the match still needs to be played. AJ Squared versus Balaron. That will be actually an awesome match. But like if AJ Squared or Balaron moves on, I think they have a force to reckon with because GameSlayer definitely proved himself here.
Yeah, therefore, I'm expecting AJ to go through, though. I'll say that right now.
Okay, so the
AJ.
prediction is AJ. I'm also actually predicting that. But like, yeah, if AJ goes through, yeah, he'll definitely have a good match, a good best of 3.
Definitely.
All right, guys. So this was Game Slayer versus King Morgan. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. Say something.
Cheerio.
And peace out.